you're asking about what is really Wyatt.
Right. I think it's Wyatt
Hudson.
No, it's
Wyatt.
It's I'm
Not Hudson.
I'm 100% on his last name being Russell.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I think that they just had a little bit heavier load maybe than they were prepared for. Welcome back to Zebadextra v Phebo, aka Najee v Ransom Canyon.
Not gonna be on here.
Yeah. We are going to be reviewing the new Thunderbolts movie today.
Really?
Yes, which we just saw yesterday morning.
Yes.
This is the latest MCU movie. And did the Harrison Ford one come out in the theater? And we just totally skipped that one?
I don't know. I'll be honest, like, I missed something between the last one I saw and this one.
I think that any MCU that we've watched basically since Guardians of the Galaxy 3 has all been like Disney streaming if we've caught any of it.
Yeah. I'm going to throw this out because...
You throw it out.
I want everybody to understand this.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to MCU,
yeah,
I love superhero movies.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Disney has kind of destroyed them a little bit.
Okay.
And so when it comes to, an MCU movie coming out, I'm not super thrilled. Like, I hadn't even read up on this. I didn't know what it was till we got there.
Mm-hmm.
And there were a few things that they allude to that I didn't understand because I hadn't watched one or two of the movies before it.
Yeah.
And so there was a gap in my knowledge of what happened.
Yeah, like I was literally like, where are the Avengers?
Oh, spoiler alert.
Well, that's the very beginning.
So, yeah.
So who are the Thunderbolts?
They are...
This is going to be a spoiler-free review. We're just going to give
They
you...
are Yelena's...
Uh-huh.
6th grade soccer team.
I mean, as it pertains to this show.
Oh, gotcha.
Who are we dealing with here if it's not the Avengers?
The main character in this is the Black Widow's sister.
Mm-hmm. Yelena does she have a name?
Yelena.
No, I mean like a superhero name.
Not that I can
I
remember.
think she does. Okay.
Not that I can remember. So she's the main.
Mm-hmm. And she did a great job.
She did.
Which I've liked her in everything we've watched her.
Because she's always been a backup character, I've never really paid much attention to her. But in this movie...
I don't think she's a backup character.
When you're playing when your sister's the Black Widow...
Oh, is that the only other movie you've seen her in?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
But...
Yeah, she had to carry this movie.
She did. And I have to say, and you guys are probably going to be like, totally inappropriate. I freaking loved her accent.
Oh, the way that she did the Russian accent? Because she's British.
I loved it.
Yeah, I loved how she said boob.
I loved it.
Yeah.
It's like, it just...
Yeah, she slayed.
It just tickled my heart.
Well, so then when David Harbour was talking, was it just as good for you, or was it specifically just her?
So, David Harbour's character, which is Yelena's dad, I enjoy him. I enjoyed the way he talks because it is similar, but it wasn't as like...
Endearing?
Yeah, I could have fallen in love with Yelena's voice.
We need to watch more stuff together with her in it because I'm telling you, everything I've seen her in, she's fantastic.
I might have to do that.
This is what it is when you're a really good actress. Yeah. Because it's not like she has, she's not the tallest, she couldn't be cast as Wonder Woman or whatever.
Right.
But she's just a fantastic actress. You believed everything she did.
Yeah, I totally fell in love with her and her character.
Yeah.
So,
because she was so good, I think it made it so the movie could be really good. Because David Harbour, he was fine. He wasn't amazing.
Exactly.
But they did have a few heartfelt moments together that I really loved.
I loved that too.
Yeah.
In fact, that moment that you're talking about, it made me think about, my daughters and how I interact with them. So it was very, very touching and heartfelt.
I think that's what this movie was, less than being a superhero movie, because it was more just about people that are fighters, not superheroes.
They're more not, rather than superheroes, they're more like anti-heroes. They're, because they're not, like, Wyatt Russell. You know, he played the dime store Captain America.
Yeah.
And, you know, literally they talk about how he was just kind of thrown away.
But so anyway, what I was saying is they're all kind of like how Black Widow, where you're just a good fighter. You don't have like some special power except that one person. So it was less about like the big crazy stuff.
Yes.
And more about the interpersonal relationships. It's a lot about mental health and depression, feeling alone.
And they had a really good
I feel like it's really relatable to a lot of people.
In fact, this is one I would take my kids to go see because it's like, you know, talk.
Yeah.
Get it out in the open. It
gives a lot of good things to talk about after you're done watching it too.
Yeah, it does.
So, I also enjoyed, not as much as the main female character, but the gentleman who played Bob, we learned is Bill Pullman's son.
Yes. Because
they look identical. He did a good job.
Yeah, he did all right.
I don't know about you, but the whole time I was sus of him because lots of times when he would deliver a line, I would be like, I can't tell if you're meaning to deliver that like you've got this underlying tricky plan going on,
or
if you're
secret,
just like,
or you don't understand, or.
But I also was just like, or is he just not really hitting it exactly right? You know,
didn't hit it.
Okay.
I would say out of the whole cast, he was my least favorite.
He was your least favorite?
He was.
There were parts with him that I really liked, but usually that was the part with him and Yelena.
Yes, so those were good parts.
I didn't like...
But she carried it.
Yeah, I didn't like the Captain America guy. I thought he was way over the top. Like with how angry he was and just yelling at everybody constantly, I was just like, dude. I mean, I know that was the part he was trying to play, but it was way over the top.
Yeah.
But he was dealing with his personal issues,
you know,
and...
I hate to say this.
What?
But every time he took the cap off... all I could think of is like a red Grover.
Grover from Sesame Street.
Yes.
Why?
Because he had the red beard and mustache and hair, and he just like...
You thought he looked like it was a redhead?
Yeah.
I thought he was blonde.
No.
Sound in down in the comments below.
You tell us.
He's blonde, people.
Red.
That's Goldie Hawn's son. He's blonde.
Red.
All right. Well, anyway.
It's Kurt Russell's son.
Who has brown hair.
Brown and blonde make red.
Okay, then.
Anyhow.
Who are we missing? So there's Ghost.
There's the Ghost.
And she was in Ready Player One. And I've also seen her in a Netflix show. But this is like her first big jump into MCU. I don't think she's one of the people that's been playing multiple things in MCU.
Her and Bob have never been in before that I remember.
Well, who was the other? Okay, so Bucky. That's who I was forgetting.
And Bucky, yeah.
So Bucky Barnes, is that right? Sebastian Stan. He's in this film as like the established superhero. Because I didn't watch the last film. I didn't actually know if he was a bad guy in this film.
Yeah.
I didn't know if, what is that main female's character's name in real life?
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Yeah, I had no idea who she was supposed to be.
I didn't either. But you know it's funny because she had like that that white streak in her hair. At the very beginning, I was like, Cruella de Vil.
Yeah.
And so I immediately...
So you immediately thought villain.
I thought villain. I saw her as villain right away.
Huh.
That and the fact that they were talking about, congressional hearings.
I thought in the beginning, I was like, well, maybe she's getting impeached, but she's actually trying to do good.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh, and her assistant, I really like that actress. She was in that one we just watched with Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell?
You're Cordially Invited.
Oh,
She's the daughter that's getting married in that movie.
His daughter? Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I did not recognize her.
She did a great job.
Yeah.
So I think we've covered all the cast. Sorry if I forgot about you.
Right.
But that was pretty much everybody, and I thought I thought it was great. I never got bored. I think the kids would have got bored a little bit.
Yes.
But there was some great shots. I loved the one with the limo. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do.
I loved that part. There were some great laughs.
Yeah.
Especially in that limo.
So
it was good.
Here's the thing for me. After Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I feel like they went way downhill.
Well, a lot of people didn't like Guardians of the Galaxy 3 either.
Well, it was okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't like.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Everything since then has been on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Right?
I guess. I don't
we
really know.
like Shang-Chi. We liked that one. But I think that one was before Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
That's the 10 Rings?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that one was okay.
Yeah.
That one was okay. I just feel like this one was the first one that I was able to go to in a long time where I enjoyed myself. I thought, man, these heroes don't take themselves seriously. And no one does. No one takes them seriously, right? Like, what's the dad's name? Red Guardian.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he's just like, I'm the Red Guardian. You don't remember me?
Yeah.
You know, and like.
So you know what I also think helped this movie get a good rating for me? So I gave it 9 out of 10 stars, and Tim gave it 8.75.
Yes.
I think one of the reasons that really brought this home for me too is I really liked the third act. Like the really cool stuff that happened in that third act, I thought was great.
Yeah,
there was some really cool visuals, but then there was also some really good.
You know what though? The one downside about that one was it was more of a mental than a physical journey in that.
The whole show was.
I know, but that third act was like. A lot of times with superhero movies, you build up and build up and build up, and the third act is like
a huge war.
Huge war.
Right, but there wasn't going to be that in this.
But there was a war. It was just emotional.
Yes. Let's not say too much.
I'm trying not to.
But I thought that they did a great job.
I did too. And
the story, I thought it was well written.
It was.
And I was really excited about the end and what was going to happen.
Yeah, I was too. And I honestly was wanting to give this a 9, and I was just like, on my scale, like 10, that's a unicorn. Those things don't exist.
Oh, well, I mean, something has to be a 10.
Nothing has ever hit a 10 for me.
Well, then how that messes up your rating scale?
It does not.
If you've never met a 10, then how do you know what a 10 is?
Exactly.
Okay. I don't rate the same as you, but go ahead.
I understand that.
So when I'm doing books, if I give a book a 5-star...
Mm-hmm.
That is like, I want to read it again, and I want to tell everybody to read it. So what knocked this down a little bit for you?
Well, if you look at how much it knocked it down, this to me was within 0.25 of perfect.
Okay, so I'm asking you, what do you think brought it down a little bit?
Honestly?
Honestly. You can be honest here. This is a safe space.
Captain America.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a little cringe.
And like you mentioned, the Bob characteristics, to me, that was meh.
I don't think either of those guys were correctly cast.
I could agree with you on that. Mm-hmm. What they did and, the premise of their characters, I loved.
I think that we would also be sitting here probably feeling kind of critical of Ghost, except that she didn't really have that much to do.
She was very minimal.
A lot more minor than those two guys.
Yeah, even the dad ended up playing more into it.
Yeah.
Now, she was, at the end, invaluable.
I can't think of it.
Right? But
I'm talking about like her acting. I'm talking about what she had to do that made it so, like how we're saying we didn't like those other two guys in these roles.
But
she didn't have that much to do.
She didn't have that much to do. And so I think she kind of gets a pass because what she did do was okay.
Yeah.
But with Bob and
whatever his name
Russell, Wyatt?
What? No. Walker. Jack Walker. His last name was Walker.
Well, in the movie, his name is Walker.
Oh, you're asking about what his real name? Wyatt.
I think it's
Wyatt
Russell.
Hudson.
No, it's
no
Russell.
Wyatt.
I'm
Not Hudson.
I'm 100% on his last name being Russell.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I think that they just had a little bit heavier load maybe than they were prepared for.
Maybe, but the other thing is they did cast that Captain America from a previous Captain America.
Oh, he was already in one of the other shows?
He was already in one of the other shows.
Oh.
When they were trying to replace Captain America after
so he's
Steve
already done the
Rogers
role
died.
a little bit.
Right.
Was it in the recent one, the Hulk one? Maybe we need to go watch that one.
No, because it was. I
Ford.
didn't watch the Hulk one, but it was in one of the previous ones because they were replacing Steve Austin,
Okay.
and they ended up with a bad juju guy, which is the Russell character.
So.
Would you watch this again?
I would.
Yeah, I would too.
I definitely would.
I would also recommend this highly to anybody watching. It was some of the most fun I've had in a movie in a long time.
Yeah, we haven't really been we haven't been hitting any bangers this year.
No.
So this one, yeah.
Although, having said that, if you would like to see a review of
all the things we've watched
the
this year.
other ones, click on the
So anyway, yay!
Yeah.
I'm so happy to be able to excitedly tell you about an MCU movie. So.
And you know what I love about this part?
What?
So we've actually taken to doing date night days.
Yeah.
And so when you see these, that means we had a date night.
Yeah.
A date day a couple days ago.
Tim works long shifts and has Fridays off, so we are able to, if the kids are at school, we can go catch a flick.
Yeah, and it's nice.
Yeah.
It really helps with the relationship to have that special time. Sorry, the whole movie got me emotional. So
it's like watching a movie is helping our relationship.
Yeah, of course it is.
Rather than talking.
Well, no, but I mean, like spending that time together, going out and doing something in public. I mean, we have all the whole trip there and back where we can just chit chat and. So this is actually Mental Health Awareness Month.
Is May Mental Health Awareness?
May is.
Oh, okay.
And so. Make sure to reach out to those that you know and you love. Make sure they're okay.
Yeah, check on people.
Make sure to spend a little extra time with the ones that you love.
Ask them if they want to go see this movie with you, actually.
There you go. That would be a great time.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we will see you back for the next one. We have our April TV wrap-up coming for you. So we're going to share with you 8 new TV shows that we watched and let
Did
you
you
know what we
say
think.
new or nude? Because I was watching the wrong things if you said nude.
I believe there was no nudity in these TV shows.
No wonder I rate them all so bad.
Yeah, definitely. All right, guys, so that's going to be it. So we hope you have a great rest of your day, and we will see you back very soon.
Absolutely.
Take care.
Thanks
Bye.
for joining us.